I think Reese didn't stand up to his mother for you.
Yep.
I think he was a coward.
Well, on this case, like, she need to go back because,
Yeah. She need to go back.
Miss Debbie, isn't that kind of offensive?
She need to go back. It's like, no.
Jen and Rishi shock everyone by announcing they're back together after they broke up because his mom says she does not support them getting married.
Does your family know that you guys are engaged? Yes or no? And that's all. Now, at this moment.
yes.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
I knew he was a cheater. Now, I don't know if Rishi's a cheater, but he sure does have a hard time telling the truth.
He's just lying about everything.
This becomes evident to the cast, and they call him out.
Jen is a treasure.
She
This is a
is.
treasure.
She
and
is.
you're not treating that treasure, you know, it's like, come on.
Debbie sounds like she's creating some space for her son Julian to swoop in.
Didn't you think Jen was kind of cute and nice? Do you think she kind of was like batting her eyes at you a little bit?
Let's get into it. Hey 90 Day Fans fam, it's Melicia. Part 2 of the tell-all was a little dry, in my opinion. Next week on part 3, it looks like things are going to heat up. But there are a few must-see moments that I wanted to chat with you about from this episode. First up, Gabe and Mahmoud apologized after an intense back and forth led Mahmoud to storm off stage. It all started after Gabe questioned Mahmoud about forcing Nicole to dress a certain way. He also asked if Mahmoud plans to, quote, force his and Nicole's children to be Muslim. Mahmoud's initial reaction to that? Don't question what goes on in my house. That is not your place.
I'm so sorry that this has put you in such a terrible mood. I really am.
Mahmoud's in a mood.
Nothing new.
I need you to be here with me, my love. Be strong.
I'm strong because I will be mean to everybody and I don't want to do that anymore.
Well, leave the tree out of it, Mahmoud. I think the apology that ultimately takes place comes in large part thanks to Nicole's tears. She was extremely upset.
I want to see this ass one.
But first, Mahmoud makes his way back to the camera.
Who's the ass?
Probably me, because I asked him a question.
Yeah.
Shut up your mouth, ass. Why you cry, honey, now? Why you cry now?
Poor Nicole. Oh my gosh. She needs a hug, man.
I feel so bad.
Side note, Debbie needs to go ahead and start a fan line. She always has them, and they're cute. Plus, it's about to get hot. Well, at least in the States.
I just want people to be nice to each other.
All right, fast forward, Nicole, breaking down in tears, gets to Mahmoud and Gabe. And once Nicole and Mahmoud make their way back to their seats, Gabe speaks up.
I want to apologize, Nicole. I'm sorry.
Gabe explains that his dad and stepmom are Muslims, and they gave their children a choice. So it hits home closer than we think.
I want to say sorry to everybody.
It's okay.
Mahmoud looks like that was hard for him to do, but I'm glad he did it. After he apologizes, Debbie gets up and gives Nicole that hug she said she needed, which was sweet. By the way, I plan on talking to Nicole soon. So if you have any questions, drop them in the comments. I might not be able to get to all of them, but I'll definitely get to a few. And speaking of Debbie giving out some tender loving care, this episode, she reveals she hasn't been in an intimate relationship with someone in a long time.
Oh gosh. It's probably 12 years or more, maybe 14 years. Because it is a special gift you give to someone that is valuable and treasured.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Jen and Nicole are like, yeah, I can appreciate that thought, but ... I'm joking. You know, Debbie is so vibrant now. Just think about when she does get intimate with the right one. Not the wrong one, because the wrong one can drain you. But the right one? Her light is going to be blinding. I can see her floating down the street with a big smile on her face now. All right, finally, let's talk about Rishi getting caught up in a lie. He really tried it.
I was actually invited to a wedding, a mutual friend's wedding, and Rishi was also there.
At the beginning of the episode, he and Jen announced they are seeing each other again. After Jen broke off their engagement when his mom said she does not support them getting married because of their 16-year age difference. Jen goes on to reveal that once they got back in touch, they got reconnected on multiple levels.
I'm not saying that we weren't intimate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You know.
The first time in more than 2 years, right?
First time in a long time.
She said the first time in a long time. You know, during the season, Jen was saying she hasn't slept with Rishi in 2 years because, quote, he's not going to buy the cow if he gets the milk for free. But I had a feeling she was giving up something.
First time in a long time.
And if she really wasn't, more power to her. That's just hard to believe. The way Rishi has her hooked, please.
First time in a long time, yes.
How was that?
It was pretty amazing.
Clearly. I mean, look at the smile on both of your faces.
And how was it for you, Rishi?
Salvation.
That's impressive.
Look, Rishi has his chin up like, yeah. The conversation goes from their reawakened sex life to Rishi not standing up to his family for Jen. And between Gabe and Miss Debbie, I don't know what pep talk the producers gave them, but they were coming in hot. It might have been the same pep talk they gave Jabri.
You happy, you're gonna have a happy family. You won't.
Okay, Spackles.
You won't.
But I will say, Debbie and Gabe had tact.
I can't make him choose between his family and me just the same way that if he were ever to ask me to choose between my family and him, I mean, I couldn't.
I think Rishi didn't stand up to his mother for you.
Yep.
I think he was a coward. I think the way you let Jen go, and it's like, I have to listen to my mother. There was no passion. Where was your passion for her?
You don't defend your woman, bro.
Well, on this case, like, she need to go back because,
Yeah, she need to go back. It's like, no.
Miss Debbie is at that stage in life where she is saying how she feels with no filter.
Bro, you say a lot of words and you like just dance in circles for nothing. Like, just say what you have to say.
As the conversation moves along, Sean asks Jen if she's still engaged to Rishi.
We're not engaged. A lot of things would have to happen, and I'm not confident they would happen.
Yet, Rishi has a completely different answer.
Rishi, do you consider Jen your fiancé or just your girlfriend?
I think fiancé still.
Some people might think that's cute. Oh, he still wants me to be his wife. But I see it as a lack of respect. You can't just claim me as your fiancé and you haven't done the work. Also, in my opinion, whether he's aware of it or not, it just shows how much power he thinks he has over Jen.
Does your family know that you guys are engaged? Yes or no? And that's all. Now, at this moment.
Yes.
Straight up lied. Because when his mom and uncle come on camera, they have no clue.
Rishi says that he and Jen are engaged again, that Jen is his fiancé. How do you feel about that?
वो समय की थी. I think they're not even aware about it.
And we heard with our ears. We asked him, does your family know that you're engaged and you're with Jen? He says, yes, they know. So apparently they don't know.
Did you not know your parents were coming on the show, Rishi? Don't y'all live together? It's bad enough to lie about something like that, but it makes it even worse when you weren't even trying to be smart about it. It was a careless lie.
Tell me your first reaction when you found out that Jen and Rishi were back in a relationship together.
News to me.
Jen's two besties also joined the show, and they had no clue Jen was back with Rishi. Dang. That's when you know you are in a relationship you probably have no business being in, because you're embarrassed to tell the people who are closest to you. The cast starts to discuss what's holding Rishi back from actually moving out of his mom's house and building a life with Jen in India as his wife. And although I understand Rishi has some cultural things that are making the decision tough for him, Debbie makes a really good point.
I think he wants the best of both worlds and doesn't want to commit.
He has his mom babying him, but it's like, want to be in my mom's house or do I want to grow up?
Exactly. Do you feel like Rishi has not grown up?
No. And I'm telling you this, bro, you don't got no balls. You got to stick up for your woman.
And then comes Nicole, who balances the conversation out.
I think what we're forgetting here is just like how insanely difficult it is to break with tradition. Even if we want to, it's like so hard.
And we saw that with Sumit and Jenny. They went through the fire with Sumit's parents for years. And Rishi's mom's main concern, just like Sumit's mom's, is Jen's age. Now, this is still no excuse for Rishi's player behavior, specifically lying and entertaining other women on social media. That's just what we know of.
Rishi's got no game, y'all. I just have to put that out there.
Apparently he got a lot of game. Look, you...
Call it like you see it, Gabe.
Jen is a treasure.
She
is a
is.
treasure.
She
and you're not treating that treasure, you know, it's like, come on.
Debbie looks like she done found a treasure chest somewhere with all this fabulous jewelry. Somebody in the comments said she looks like a pimp. I was cracking up. All right, back to Rishi. Sean asked Rishi's mom to talk directly to Jen, and she tells her if she was a year or 6 months older than Rishi, she would accept her. But because that's not the case, they can only be friends.
Thank you for that permission. I'm not gonna be age shamed, I'm sorry.
What kind of small heart do you have, lady? Did you teach your son to be that way?
Rishi is like, wait, don't talk about my mama now. The conversation gets to a point where the cast somewhat pressures Rishi to tell his mom and uncle the truth about his current relationship with Jen. And after talking in circles, he finally does.
अरे मम्मी सुनो मेरी बात.
हाँ.
मैं ये कह रहा हूँ, अब आप परमिशन चाहे करो चाहे नहीं करो, ठीक है, मैं उसके साथ शादी करने वाला हूँ. मे बी 6 महीने या 1 साल के अंदर में.
Okay, he said it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I don't know if I should be happy about that or not.
नहीं, शादी नहीं कर सकता है.
नहीं, हम इस चीज को स्वीकार नहीं कर सकते.
She said he cannot get married.
Oh, thanks.
Honestly, that might turn into a genuine thank you one day. I think Jen is dodging a bullet.
Jen, how do you feel now that Rishi has told his mom that he plans to marry you without her permission?
It sounds great, but it's a lot of talk, not a lot of action. You know what? If it happens, otherwise, I mean, like, I gotta move on.
Just stop wasting your time, girl. Work on you and trust that a better fit will come. Who knows? Maybe it's Julian.
I can be your hero, baby.
All right, next week, Mahmoud gets confronted about some girl he was chatting with behind Nicole's back.
Who was the woman?
I don't know, some girl from China.
I didn't do something wrong with this girl, or don't I have anything wrong?
You definitely crossed some lines there.
No.
Yes, it was totally inappropriate, and you know it.
My advice to Nicole is to get a divorce.
All right, 90 Day Fans fam, make sure you stick with ET because we are covering it all. I will see you next time.